That heifer right there just don't even care.
Save yourself now.
Action. I would. She's far behind on just saying hey to everybody. So hey everybody.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, just all that.
We running way behind.
Like,
It's been a week. But we'll get into that shortly. But hope everybody having a fine evening this Sunday. But
pretty day around here.
Indeed it has. Cool mornings.
Mhm.
Almost crisp but cool. Tolerable for our blood. But the daytime, man, y'all talk about some fine days. Low humidity, Todd. Our humidity is probably in the 70s. But it's perfect.
Yeah, it's been nice. Really nice. Yeah.
Hope everybody else is finally getting some pretty weather.
Grayson said he's flipping between us and March Madness.
Well, we appreciate support, buddy, either way. Let me run through here and holler at everybody right fast.
Since I'm slacking and didn't say hey to anybody.
Well, she had to have her coffee. You know what I mean? She said, don't push that button until I get my coffee and I'm in this seat.
No,
You hear me?
I told him to start, but it'd be okay. Mr. Roy's still snowshoeing, and we've had the windows open all day.
Well, really, the last several days we've had the house open. Mr. Randy, it's good to see you. Grayson, appreciate you, bud. Deb, the Sun Bunny, she knows what we're talking about with this pretty weather right now. Mr. Mike Tangway, Keith Spillman, Miss Michelle. Oh yeah, Grayson and getting the same weather too. Keith Spillman, Miss Michelle, if you're out there, y'all up there in that fine country. I don't know why it does that every time. Let's see. Mike Tangway, I can't remember if I got you, but here we go. Mr. Clay Bunny, good to see you, Captain. Dennis Sherrill, good to see you. Chris, good to see you, bud. Bluff City, big company, appreciate you dropping by. Eric, up there in Colorado. Brian in them's fine country.
Come on.
Who else we got in here? Missing. I won't miss any of y'all. Let's go right. Mr. Bill Lee, good to see you. Mr. Dan Weaver, good to see you, Captain. Hope you've been doing all right. Yep. Lee, good to see you, bud. Mr. Sean Boucher, good to see y'all, man. I hope y'all are doing well. I know y'all been busy on y'all's beekeeping and getting the market and stuff like that. But good to see y'all. Who else we got in here? Let's see. Mr. Roy, good to see you, Captain. Hallelujah Bee Farm. Pastor Larry, Miss Dan, Miss Leona, it's good to see y'all.
Our favorite, Miss Leona.
Yes, indeed. Miss Sarah. Sarah's happy eyes. James, no. I think
I
Philip.
got her added. Clay.
Okay, Clay had something.
Sarah Summer.
Let's see. Miss Collector Rick there. Apologize, man. Run back through here while she's jotting that down for y'all. All right, I think I forgot it. But if I didn't, I apologize. Mr. Russell Cooper, Miss Sharon. Oh,
Mr. Dan said 82 today and 22 tomorrow.
dude, what?
That's like a South Alabama slang.
No doubt.
That's cold.
Just enough to melt everything off and
Yeah.
get cold again. Mr. Royce at 36 in Michigan. I'm sure I'm wondering, y'all.
No, you got 40 degrees colder than us.
Well, I was watching one of the weather guys this morning on the YouTube land here, and it looked like some of the folks up in North Country may get a little bit of hit of some snow again sometime this week. So,
Mr. Russell said they were at 76 yesterday, and today that's at 36.
Well, I guess winter ain't done showing its backside right now.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, how's Miss Renee doing? Oh, good deal, Mike. Congratulations. He got a new great grandson.
Oh, well,
He was
yeah.
early. They said, "Oh, well, Mike Taylor."
I'm trying to find the phone.
It's brand new.
Oh,
All the way at the bottom.
well, there it is. Yeah. Mr. James, no, I think you've been one of our longest members.
I think so.
If not the longest, but we appreciate you again, Captain.
Well, I'm glad she's at least feeling pretty good, Lee.
Well, it ain't gonna let me on this. Here we go again. StreamYard.
You realize the service gets worse the more you publicly talk about it?
Well, I figured we could come to a reasoning somewhere. Hey,
They ain't taking the hand.
apparently they're not.
Must be a woman, though.
Probably so. I bet you it is a woman running. Just constant up and down like emotion. You know what I mean?
Like a roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster up and down.
Better than a runaway freight train.
Yeah.
Of emotional distress.
Yeah.
A whole month early. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, who's it? Jack and Danae sent pictures. That's who I was thinking about. I was like, somebody sent us pictures
That's
of
the cutest little baby I've seen in so long.
little video thing.
I think she said it was like 3 pounds and something. It's a little video thing.
Okay. Hopefully.
But she texted me the other day, said her daughter went home. And he's doing really, really good. So he should go home soon.
Probably next couple of weeks. They'll probably, I think they'd like to get them to a certain weight and this and that. Well, I don't know. Because my niece, she was a pre-me and she was way early. She was 1 pound, 1 ounce, 11 3/4 inches long whenever they took her. And I think, Lord, it was about 4 or 5 pounds they wanted her to be before.
She said he gained like 2.5 ounces in a day or something.
Oh, so he's
little bugger's eating.
Yes,
sure. His lungs sound really good. She sent me a little sound clip of his lung ultrasound.
That's good. That's good. All right. You want to do the prayer list and we'll get into some chit chatting? Who? DC and one of them Texans. The other Texan.
Because Philip's been in. Okay, I'll do that. Maybe these two will quit getting up and down.
Well, get the newspaper after them.
Okay, we got Mr. Martin, Miss Crystal, Mr. Pat, Miss Deb, Mike Tangway and his family, DC's mama, Philip's mama, his friends BJ and his wife, our favorite Miss Leona, Steve Amos's father-in-law, PJ Hanley, Sarah and her family, Mr. Randy's mother-in-law, Miss Janae Wood, Kenneth and Chris Wilkinson, Redfish's wife, Miss Janet, Kenneth Allen, Rodney Middleton and his family, Dan Garrison's daughter, Miss Joanne, Clay Bunner's grandbabies, Keith Laramore's cousin, Russell Amon's wife, Miss Brenda, Lee's mama, Miss Brenda Johnson, Keith Barnhill and his family, little Emma Hoskins, Greg Dunn, Phil Kent's mama, Russell Koopman's granddaughter, Tim's brother Jamie, Mr. Dan Weaver and his church, Shaw Wee, Jen's dad, Gary Stewart, Michelle Gurley, Castle Heights Brian and his family, Blaine's great nephew, Miss Pam from Tampa's Creek, Mr. Dan's nephew, let's see, Haley Baker, Lee's cousin Stephanie, all our nation's service members, Shauna and her family, James Knoll, Keith Laramore's mama, my brother Jacob, James Pell, Justin Jenkins, Bucks B's wife, Allie Baker, Joey Raw's mama, Marty from Yes Honey, baby Lucas' parents, Zach and Kiera, Lee's wife, Miss Renee, DC's friend, Miss Bree, and her daughter, Ivy, Danae's and Jack's daughter, Sakura, and the new little grandson, Jason, his family, Jack's uncle Mike, Russell Amon's cousin, Ricky, Clay's daughter, Allie, Sarah's son-in-law, and another new ad for tonight is Tim's mama, Miss Mary. I'm seeing the chat flying by. I didn't try to read it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep everybody in prayer. The Lord knows we need it on this end now. All week, I got a phone call early Monday morning. My mama said she couldn't breathe very well, and that ain't like her. So we had to rush her to the emergency room by ambulance Monday. Got her home, took her to a doctor's appointment, and had to rush her to the hospital at the doctor's office Wednesday.
Yeah, because we pull in and the stupid doctor's office has a handwritten note taped to the door. We closed early today. And no phone call, no nothing. It was very frustrating.
We've been at the hospital. We finally got her home yesterday afternoon. But we got to figure out what's going on. Moral of the story, this and that. But y'all will
please pray for her.
Pray for everybody in us on that end, or mama more so. But I gotta say, and I'm proud to say this, but my wife has just went above and beyond to take care of my mama. and this and that. Well, yeah, you have. You. In a lot of ways, she took control in ways that I couldn't, I guess, but I could, but I couldn't. But just looking after her by different means, helping her to the bathroom and things like that, so on and so forth. I know, but I just got to brag on all you women out there that step up in these kind of moments and make a man proud.
John,
Hey, John P. I got some swarm. I got a swarm box I want to bring to the house and put it on an oak tree. I'm glad you come in here.
DC, have you heard anything about your mama's treatment? Like, have they started them or got them scheduled? What happened with Chris?
No.
Had a rough day. I'm sorry, babe. I missed a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the comments too.
Mr. Dan said they should have their new pastor at church in April.
Well, awesome. Yeah. So y'all was able to narrow it down thanks to the good Lord. Sounds like. Pray that he's able to settle in good and the church is able to settle in good as well. Good to hear.
DC, all I have to say about that is every single one of us come on or come into this earth with an expiration date. But only Jesus knows what that date is.
Indeed.
Only Jesus knows what that date is.
Growing old is just a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say,
that's it. It's God's choice. They told my mom she's going to live a whole lot longer than she did. And I've known people that they have written off and they're still going.
that's it, DC.
Mm-hmm.
But the good part is,
you just make the time you have with it count.
listen. What's happening around here?
Mm-hmm.
We had intentions. Those intentions were put
Somebody
on
should have
hold.
written a song about that.
Intentions.
I had the best of intentions.
Yeah.
We live with the best of intentions.
We had to put off what we was going to do all week, this past week for mom and everything like that, which is not a problem at all. But we got us a little bit of rest last night. Finally, got up and I went out there and was eyeballing some stuff because when we come home yesterday evening, letting Jasper and all them out down there, the horizontal boxes we got them ready to. The plans were to put some splits in, and that's where we're going to do splits out of the horizontal boxes, and y'all get up and go, ladies. Well, yesterday evening when I got home, or when we got home, I got to notice them boxes is empty. There ain't nothing in there except for freshly waxed frames and or foundation frames. So I sat there idle for a minute, looking, and lo and behold, you got scouts coming in and out. Boom, 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 boom. Well, this morning, got up and I've been telling her, I said, we got to get out there and get them splits. If not, we're going to lose what's going on out there. Well, got to notice they was hitting on the other horizontal this time. Whole bunch of scouts, whole lot more this time. They wasn't even touching the one they was fooling with yesterday. So I guess they was looking for options. And
Phillips talking. He's texting, like he said he's unloading something. So he's just listening. So he's texting. Yeah, I get crazy, but said they got a sitter that his mama and them really love.
Yeah, but he would.
I think she's happy with her.
He
Yeah, I'd say so
like
from the look on her face.
You when you get settled a little bit, Philip, let us know and we'll I'll try to get them pictures up there. Or if Lee's in here and if he don't mind, I can text them to him if he's at his computer. Maybe Lee. But back to the horizontals real quick. One of them's got lemongrass frame in there, and the other one we put that star of anise in there. So don't know yet, but there were scouts all over it. And then let's see, this was about 10 or 11 o'clock. I finally was fixing to go outside and start working on some splits about 11:30 or 12. And I walked out the door and you can hear them. Then I looked down the hill and buddy, you could see them just all over the place. There was a swarm that come in.
Is that what you're saying, Cindy?
Yeah, if he's able to. Did he say? Okay. Yeah, send both of them. Thank you, Lee. We keep an eye out for Philip whenever he gets settled. We'll share those in a minute. But seen a swarm. But it was a swarm moving into the very box I was going to go out there and split. So I'm kind of confused a little bit.
It would be a general state of mind for that.
All right, well, check this out, because about a week ago, I went through everybody. And they was doing like practice cups, what have you, you know what I'm talking about. Nothing was loaded, anything like that, between the 4 colonies out there, 5. Well, I was thinking to myself, ain't none of them cups loaded. And they sure wasn't building anything out or had anything capped for a queen. So either one or two things happened. And the only thing I could figure is a big old swarm that moved in to occupy that particular box. Now, whether there was a war between the queens, I have no idea. I'm going to try to figure that out tomorrow to see what was what. But wherever they come from, they didn't come from our yard. No. No, I went through everybody else and just turned boxes to look and pull frames, and there's not a queen cell built out yet on anything. There's a whole bunch of practice cups that are unloaded just as dry as they could be, but I mean, there's no royal jelly, no nothing. So, really hoping those other scouts maybe tomorrow be moving into something else around here. But now it's got my attention on the lemongrass and star of anise. Because the star of anise is getting a lot more attention than the lemongrass is. It did. I have to be honest on that. Big time. There was, I'd say, double the scouts at least over there today. So I don't know. We'll see, but it's definitely, thank goodness, it's swarm season. As much as the good Lord wills, he can fill every one of them boxes up he wants to out there, because that's the plan anyway. But it's encouraging. Finally seeing some swarms in the area. So when we get done with our work this week, and I'm hoping we'll go back to work Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday or Friday, we can go set our swarm traps out between here and yonder. And I did get permission from Bedgood when I went to get a biscuit the other morning. I hit him up. I said, hey, that's one of the he's we'll say sideliner, far as big landowners around here.
He got lots of cows.
Yeah, a lot of cows, a lot of land. He does good for himself.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a big old swarm, or he had a big old swarm a couple of years at his house, and we went over there and got it, and that was one of the biggest swarms we
seen
had.
it on the fence, the barbed wire fence out in the cow field we did.
Okay, awesome. I think so. Did I put the button out too?
Mm-hmm.
But
He's smarter than me like that. He can get in.
when I told Handy Boo the other morning, I said, look, I had a hankering for a biscuit. I said, I'm going to go up here to the filling station and get a biscuit. And that's where the old men gather up. They all
call
meet
it the
there.
water hole around here.
Yeah, the old watering hole. And I just hit him up. I said, Mr. Biggood, I need about 5 seconds of your time if I can borrow it. And he just looked at me.
Borrow it.
Yeah.
You can't give it back.
Well, it sounded good right then.
Yeah.
Probably why he just looked at me. I said, you mind if we come put one of them swarm traps up on where the cow field is out there? He was all about it. Yeah, son, come on, put it whatever you want to. Just make sure the cow can't get on them so they don't bust them up. I said, all right, thank you much. And I walked out with my biscuit and a smile on my face.
I bet you did.
But definitely things is ranking up. What's happening in this chat?
JC's having a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
His mama's thinking about moving to Texas, and that'll mean they got to sell the home place.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll have to move.
That's right. Ain't you got some kin out there?
Yeah, he said his mama's thinking about going to spend more time with the grandbabies, and they'll live in Texas. But if she does that, then she'll have to sell.
Mr. Roy, we had such a good year with swarms. It didn't matter what size the box was. They was moving in 10 frames. They was moving in 5 frames. I had in the sure enough beetle days, trying to figure out how to keep beetles out of the hive bodies or out of the box. I had built, what was that, like a three frame little box.
Yeah.
But instead of putting a landing board on it, I made it to where I cut my bottom board back a little bit so the bees would have to come down and hover and then fly in, because I listened to the theory of hive beetles can't hover. Well, that may be true, but they can land on something and crawl upside down into it. So that was a complete failure on that. But like I say, it didn't matter what it was. They was moving in it if they could squeeze an inch out of it.
Yeah. You just can't get comfortable. No, Philip, this morning, I hadn't missed him in a while, but I did not hear his message this morning. I got it saved on my watch later list so I can watch it tonight.
Yeah, we slept. My usual time to get up every single morning is between 3 and on a good morning, sleeping in, I'll make it to 4:30 or 5, pretty much. But the both of us,
anywhere from 5 to 6, well, 4 to 6. A lot of times I'm up about 4:30.
But both of us, buddy, we didn't get out of bed until about 8 o'clock this morning, and that's the first time that's happened in a long, long time.
Yeah, he's on. Hang on, I'm gonna try to find the link to his channel. He's on YouTube and Facebook. I think it's like Landmark.
Yeah,
Holiness.
I got it on mine. So if you type it in there.
They were asking where to watch.
Lee's got it. Bam, bam. Thank you, Lee.
I'm never gonna be fast enough to beat Lee.
Yeah, y'all go over there and be sure, because Pastor Larry, he gives some good messages.
Yes.
On Sunday mornings for anybody.
Absolutely.
If you want to.
So worth your time.
Indeed.
sit and listen. It really, truly is. You will not walk away without blessing.
Because in a lot of ways, I mean, for us, like whenever Hannah fell, our church they wasn't recording it live. You would have to wait till the service was over and catch it later on that evening for the morning service.
Mm-hmm.
So we
watch Pastor Larry in the mornings until our church loaded it.
That's on Sunday mornings, and I think he starts at
7 our
Eastern.
time. It's 7 here when he starts.
So it'd be 6:00 Eastern. Put the right time for me, Pastor Larry.
Here and 7. I thought it was 7:00 here. Well, DC, you can't come to the south because they everywhere.
They everywhere. It was there's ticks. Somebody at DC saying ticks. Small high beetle.
Oh, it's ticks galore down here.
Poison spiders. Whatever kind of
8 Eastern. So it is 7 here. Because it sure ain't 9 here.
Yeah. It's 8 Eastern.
Crazy.
It's 7 our time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bingo. But yeah, that's where we at, y'all. Thank goodness. Things are moving along, looking like.
Oh, you'll like it, Eric. It's so worth the time. They stream it on the Facebook and their YouTube channel.
Yeah, because I think he just recently started doing it on the YouTube.
A couple months ago. Yeah. A couple, 3 months ago.
That's where I'm glad y'all did that, to be honest with you, Pastor Larry, because that's where I like to guess kind of stay. We don't get on the book of faces too terribly much, but I'm watching YouTube from the time I get home and get settled and this and that, because I don't know, pick and choose what I want to watch or don't want to watch for the most part. All right. Did Philip say, did I see his message right a while ago? He may be a little while.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we still got that fresh. Lee, if you don't mind, can you pop those pictures up of
Yeah, that way Lee can go to bed if he needs to.
Philip's mama?
He's not waiting on us.
Yeah. There's the caretaker. Philip was, I was talking to him about a week and a half ago, and he was talking about how impressed they were and how big of a blessing this woman
has been to his mama.
Yes. It's rare to find somebody to help take care of your loved ones the way you like to,
but the next picture shows what his mama thinks of her.
Because she got a smile on her face with that one right there. So, like I say, blessing. Thankfully, we had the same portion with your grandma's will with Miss Francis. I mean,
that lady was sent straight from heaven.
The flag's gone again.
It'd be okay.
Oh no, we got to have the flag in the
Pastor Larry and them are in North Carolina, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Lee beat me to it like always. He seen me struggling over here, working that thing.
Lee's the bomb.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you, bro.
We do appreciate you. Very much. South Carolina. You lied to me. Yeah, you did.
I get everybody's stuff.
But you say it so confidently when you say
Well, I'm going for it. I hope it's a good guess. Kind of thing. We just need to.
Ooh, that's going to be an issue, DC. You can't make that blackberry honey anywhere. So I'm gonna need a really big order of that stuff before you move.
Bring a 5-gallon bucket with you.
Yeah. If you're gonna be wrong the right way.
That's it. Thank you. Who said that?
Blaine.
My man. Yes, sir.
He goes at it with his head held high, don't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to walk in confidence.
Even when you know you're wrong.
Yep. There's sometimes just you turn your back and tell you're wrong, but you don't let them know. That's it. Okay. Let me get my right.
You got something educational to talk about before I fall asleep?
Well, I found conflict in the beekeeping world.
Imagine that.
Back in the old days. And undoubtedly, there was some pretty serious accusations going on between a feller named Lorenzo Langstroth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to tell you about it?
I'm waiting on it.
You didn't hold to the script and say, let me hear that.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me there was a script.
I forgot to write it down.
I'm almost out of coffee.
Okay, moving on. But just something to jaw about for a few minutes. This was in 18. Let me get up here to October 1880, volume 16, number 10. Yeah, well, it was right before we become a country in the 1880s.
Okay. I'm not having that conversation.
You don't want that argument this evening?
I don't. I don't have anywhere near enough depth in my cup for that conversation.
But undoubtedly, somebody was accusing old Langstroth of some funny business, and some folks apparently didn't take to it well. But all right, back in 1880, what you got? Blaine, got to be.
He said 1880 was a good year. A little cold, but it was a good year.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have them ups and downs in the years and stuff.
I'm just like, he's telling on stuff. He's giving away his age.
Well, good thing he ain't a woman, huh? He'd be having a fit. Goodness. All right. Obtaining cheap notoriety. That's a pretty cheap, like 50% off.
He said I lost 0 B's in 18. Oh my God.
Definitely a good year. No mites, no hive beetles.
Yeah.
Anything like that. All right. Obtaining cheap notoriety. Some persons, to obtain notoriety, will descend to the use of the most diabolical means. They have a contemptible way of selecting a prominent individual to abuse and defame without a shadow of excuse, save the attainment of that notice which they covet and which they could obtain in no honorable way. This is forcibly illustrated by the following language applied to America's greatest living bee master ever.
Yeah.
I added the ever in there.
I figured.
But America's greatest living bee master, the Reverend L.L. Langstroth, by the Little Monthly, which has been selected by the cooperative clout to be their origin.
Do you know what his name was?
Lorenzo, I think it was Lorenzo Langstroth. I don't know what the other L was. But it said Reverend Langstroth was not the original person to make the first removable frame hive. Well, we know it. This is somebody throwing out accusations saying Langstroth didn't do it first.
Accusations.
Yep, accusations.
He's just all different kinds of wound up tonight.
He stole that unmovable frame idea from another party and then patented it, thereby practicing a fraud on the people and taking the reputation that rightly belonged to others, for which he is getting his retribution. What egotism, or what ignorance. Just think of a man who pretends to have some brains and write a thesis on bee culture, Professor Cook, who says that Langstroth is the inventor of the beehive. Then it goes on to say a little bit more, said such insinuations are both infamous and unpardonable. Exclamation point, they're fired up. Is it not a crime to thus maliciously charge with fraud, lying, and stealing a man who has done so much for the achievement of scientific apiculture and spent his life in its study and development? It is not infamous to thus attempt to rob an old gentleman of his well-earned reputation when he is utterly unavailable to help or defend himself by reason of physical suffering and wasting disease. Had to go back and look, but apparently wasting disease back then was tuberculosis, this and that. Is it not blasphemous to thus immediate that has afflictions are a retribution visited upon him by the Creator, in whose service his life has been spent, and whose glory ever act has rebounded? Think of the cowardice of such assault on one who has suffered so much to advance the interest of beekeepers of America, who, by reason of affliction, has now passed from the stage of active participation in the cause he loves so well. His work is now done, and he only awaits the angel's call to that rest for the weary, where the wicked calls from troubling. Standing on the brink of a vast ocean, we watch with intense anxiety until the last struggle is over, when he will sink breath, death's yielding wave. Aparists the world over unite to honor his memory, and his name will adorn the pages of history as one of the greatest beekeepers in the world ever produced. So, word on the street in 1880, Langstroth was a liar. He done took somebody's idea, according to these people,
Devoted.
and said, look, you never should have showed me. Now I'm going to be a billionaire. And
That's not Jasper. That's bigger than Jasper.
Minnesota Mike in here yet? Mr. Russell Amos? Hanley's Homestead. Good to see y'all, man. Hope y'all doing well.
I got me an upgrade, PJ.
See, these dogs pitiful.
I can't even see him.
Blaine says now they need a next to the name of Langstroth. They never did say that who the accusers were. They said, "Oh, Langstroth stole that idea," but I have to see if I can dig around and find who was saying that kind of stuff back then. They would call it, what would they call it nowadays? Y'all give me a good word in the chat. What they would call it nowadays.
Pages in the book.
Well,
That's what I
what?
don't know what that means.
Pages in a book.
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
That's it, Mr. Dan. Don't show him your
Oh,
idea.
he is corrected. No, man. He said there was a hive before Langstrauss that had frames that could be inspected like the books in a page. Langstrauss had removable frames. That's why he said pages in a book, because he said it backwards.
Okay, well, this ain't no joke. Who said that, Philip?
Yeah.
All right. I ain't even talked to Philip today, and I just started diving into this like usual about 30 minutes before we go live because he's like, well, what you got to talk about tonight?
No, I told him, please tell me you got something interesting so I don't fall asleep in front of everybody tonight.
So I found a little bit of controversy back then, and a lot of it still applies today, and the same thing. All right. I'm not going to talk about the government. She asked me not to do that. But Philip talking about the different frames. All right. Undoubtedly. Let me make sure I got the
You
right.
got evidence of this?
Well,
Scientific proof?
I don't know about that.
I don't even think that's a word.
But even if there was some scientific proof, some people wouldn't believe me anyway.
You sound like Tigger when you say
Let me ask y'all this. Anybody heard?
Langstrauss may have used performance enhancing mead, but that could just be a rumor.
Well, undoubtedly, if he's taking people's ideas, he's getting them soused. Show me how you built that. You know, then on down the way he went with it. But reversible frames. That's what I thought too. What in the world are they talking about a reversible frame? Anybody else heard of reversible frame? Nope. Well, I got to looking at it, digging into it whenever I seen this, and I was like, what in the world are they talking about reversible frames? I mean, even if you don't, where it went with me was, okay, if they hadn't filled up, if they hadn't filled up one side, take the frame, turn it around.
But then all frames are reversible.
Exactly. But undoubtedly, it's not where my brain is, where your brain is with it.
I'm not sure you know where my I'm not sure I know where my brain is.
Just hold on, I'll get it. I'm either going to confuse you or you're going to go, But undoubtedly, in a weak flow, they say it works. But if you have a good flow, it ain't going to work. According to Mr. Baldridge here from, I don't remember what year this one was. Let me go up here. Anybody want to know?
Yeah, that sounds good, DC.
Volume number 20. Volume 20. Number 16. April 16th, 1884. So we done advanced in the technology of beekeeping 4 years. Okay. Now, it says for the American Bee Journal, reversible frames, and this was written by M. Baldridge. My attention has been called to an article on the reversible frames on page 117 of the Bee Journal written by a beekeeper in Kentucky, from which I quote as follows. The season of 1882, remember Blaine had a great season in 1880. The season of 1882 was a very poor one for honey. And when honey was coming in slowly, my reversible frames worked like a charm. And sure enough, I had a bonanza, but the season of 1883 proved to be an extra good one for honey. And although I could work the reversible frames like a charm, Still, I could see nothing gained by reversing them when they were full of brood or honey and no room for any more. Well, we got commentary.
Eric, Joey put, he found this on the internet that Dr. Jan Zierzin,
Okay.
a Polish apiarist who determined the correct bee space in 1835, roughly 20 years before Langstraw's patent. Many argue that Zierzin was the true pioneer of the necessary spacing that makes movable hive frames functional. And Eric wrote back, yeah, Joey, but we can pronounce Langstrom.
Very good point. Because it'd be call it the Z hive if we couldn't.
It starts with a D.
See what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I thought it was so funny.
Is that the same? Wait a minute. Let me see the name of it. I can't look on it because I got the what you call it. That's the, we was talking about that name the other week about something. Okay. All right. Back to the reversible frames. Then we'll get into conflict of Langstroth and Zierzin.
If we're saying that.
Yeah, we're probably butchering it, but y'all know.
I ain't never spoke Polish.
Somebody that knows how to break it down in syllables, put it in there. All right, the season of 1882 was very poor one for honey, and when honey was coming in slowly, my reversible frames worked like a charm, and sure enough, I had a bonanza, but the season of 1883 proved to be an extra good one for honey. And although I could work the reversible frame like a charm, still I could see nothing gained by reversing them when they were full of brood or honey and no room for any more. So after a trial of reversible frames in one poor and one good season, I have decided that such frames work better in the head than in the hive. In other words, reversible frames are good in a poor season, but poor in a good season. The above contains some food for thought. I'm glad indeed to learn that the reversible frames are good in a poor season for honey, but the writer fails to tell why. If they are good in a poor season, then perhaps this will cover the extra expense, which is only objection to them that I know of, that they work like a charm at all times is important. But why reversible frames in good honey seasons are poor is not very apparent. This statement needs to be explained. I see no reason why a frame should be reversed when it is full of brood and no room for any more. And I do not see why anyone should reverse a frame when full of honey and no room for any more, because frames are made reversible. I do not see that we must reverse them when nothing is gained by doing. The object of making frames reversible, as I understand the matter, is to enable the beekeeper to reverse them when necessary. The same is true in making the frames movable, not to compel us to lift the frames out and pull them back again simply, and thus keep us busy and out of mischief, but to enable us to manipulate the combs at will and for a sensible purpose. St. Charles, Illinois. Is there a St. Charles, Illinois in here? But, all right, after all that confusion of reversing the frame and this and that, and then we'll get on Langstroth and Dr. Z over there. I just Googled 19th century reversible frame beekeeping. I haven't found a picture yet, but if I can find one, maybe I'll get it next Sunday or something. But according to the AI overview, reversible frame beekeeping was significant for a briefly popular technological trend in the 19th century of apiculture. Roughly peaking around 1888, it arose during a period of rapid innovation. Innovation, here we go, following Lorenzo Langstroth. There's that guy's name again that stole that lady's idea. 1852 patent of the removable frame hive, which introduced the concept of bee space. That contradicts everything that somebody just looked up. Because that lady did it a few years before him.
Joey looked up.
Joe,
20 years before.
20 years. Okay.
20 years. Can you believe it?
There's lies all over the internet, undoubtedly.
Everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Let me finish. Reversing brood boxes is still practiced today. 19th century reversible frames were designed to be individually turned upside down to alter how bees build them.
What?
That's what it says. The 19th century reversible frames were designed to be individually turned upside down to alter how bees build them. All right, the context of it, the craze. In the 1880s, the reversible frame method caused quite a craze, according to Langstroth. There's that dude again.
Everywhere.
On the hive and honeybee, as beekeepers sought ways to improve honey production and manage hive space. The purpose was reversible frames were intended to force bees to fill the upper corners of frames with honey, preventing them from leaving gaps that were commonly left in top hanging frames. So if they wasn't filling your corner, you just put that dude upside down, boop, put it back in, and undoubtedly it made their behinds fill them up. Design. These frames were often designed to be easily taken out, flipped, and reinserted. Some designs featured pivoted frames, such as the Dowson Barker hive.
What? Yeah, I ain't gonna do
It's not that name. It's a different Polish somebody. Which featured closed-end brood frames that were reversible by rotating on a pivot in the center of the end bar. And it's got a couple more on here. Heddon's hive. Anybody heard of Heddon's hive? Heddon. All right, their hive was a notable example of the Heddon's reversible hive, which, along with other designs, sought to make the handling of frames and the revising process more, and the reversing process more effective. The decline, the fad of specialized individual reversible frames soon wore itself out, as they were often complex and offered limited advantages over simply reversing the entire brood chamber. And then you get into Langstroth and different ones of this and that. But that's kind of funny. Old Philip put that in there and it just lined up with
Joey.
what? I'm sorry, Joey.
I was kind of thinking that later more, but I was scared to say it out loud. Don't the bees build the cells angled up just to find
there's a slight angle. Yeah.
So if you flip it, they're going to be angled down.
Well, you better hope they don't turn it into honey and not nectar so it don't run out. But I guess while they was in that lull of fighting with Langstroth, and I'm going to call him Dr. Z.
Yes, Danae. It's Jubal, not Jasper. Jasper's on my feet that I can't feel anymore. Jubal's. I wish you could see the whole dog. He's bigger than Jasper, literally. But he don't like to sit beside me. He wants to lay in my lap.
He ain't a puppy no more. He's an 8-pound dog now. But
he's really hot. Minnesota Mike met his new Highs for Heroes mentee.
I was just checking that out. Hold up. Am I reading this right? I met a new Hives for Heroes student Saturday.
She has my same
Honda van, same color. Okay. He job 426 him in that Honda van.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
He thinks he's a white dog, but my soul, he killing me. Philip said he's Joey's good looking cousin, but folks get them mixed up.
He's the pretty one, huh?
Yeah. Can y'all hear him snoring? Because he's been sawing logs till just now. The good looking cousin with the bad eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
All right, let me hit the button. Anybody wants to come in? If not, we'll go from yonder.
I hope y'all can't hear him snoring.
I don't know the way that thing picks up. Can't barely hear you talking in front of it, but it can hear. It can hear that, I guess.
He is out. Poor old Joe.
That man wants some old school pipes on there with them thrust. I heard some. Where was we? We was working by the school the other week in Saraland. And there's a high school where we was working, one of these little small cities in the county. But there's a high school probably about 2 or 3 miles north of where we was working. And I ain't heard it in a long time, but some old teenage boy with poofy hair under his hat coming down the highway, and I was like, I know that sound. And he was running glass packs off that old Chevrolet truck. And I was like, I'm that person now of like, that's just obnoxious, son. You know, quieting it down a little bit. Okay, I get it. But
Your age is catching up to you.
But we run glass packs on everything whenever we could, or just would alter our own exhaust, if you will, by eliminating a few things. Pretty much running straight pipes, if you will. Just good, Jubal.
He is out. Completely out. Danae said the baby's making really good progress.
Good deal. Are they home yet?
No, she said he should be home sooner rather than later now. No need for all that noise.
Minnesota Mike, I have not, but I got to check that out. I wish we had manual transmission.
He doing something yesterday, but he's out. He can wiggle his whole head, and he's out. He's like a toddler.
Yeah,
I have to just roll him off in the floor when I go to get up. He got his daddy's genes, that's for sure.
Yeah, him and Jasper, peas and carrots. Let me get back to the chat here.
Try to talk about some education.
Y'all don't get me wrong now. I'm all for having a good set of pipes on your ride, especially at V8. Now, you get into them 6s and 4s, then it's just, I don't see the point of putting anything on that. But if you got a small V8 all the way up to a big block, I like it whenever you crank her up, she just growls a little bit, if you will, kind of thing.
You like it.
So whenever them young bucks ease up beside you and they think they want to run you off the line at the red light, they don't know what you got for the most part till you shower down on that baby and look at them and smile. I don't do that, but
You too, Sarah. Hope you have a good week.
yes, ma'am. And Lord willing, we will have that stuff out to you
Yeah,
this week.
week just got flipped upside down. Everything did.
Yep. But we sure hadn't forgot about you.
Good night, night.
Yes, yes. Y'all take it easy. What else? Well, what do y'all want to talk about now? We've done been through controversy in beekeeping. Undoubtedly, it's still a hot topic nowadays. If not, y'all spread the rumor all through YouTube. Laying straw, it's a lie.
You don't know that.
Well, according to Joey, looking on the Google.
It's makes it hurt something.
Look out. I said, he was just chasing something in his sleep there. But
Sound.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, there we go. We got topic now.
Who's got swarm? Rodney. Rodney always has swarm.
Yeah. Y'all seen the video the other day of him doing the trap out on, or if you seen the video, he had a chimney trap out. Then he had a swarm in his yard last week. Timing people out.
Pushing buttons, Joe.
Who they time out? If you got timed out at Jubal Fault, that's it, Mr. Russell. That's why if you got a genius idea, don't tell nobody.
She said, okay, Rodney don't count.
Yeah, he gets them 12 months a year.
No doubt.
Who asked that? Was it Larry Moore that asked who got sworn?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now we have one moved in today. Definitely wasn't anything moved out. But undoubtedly, anybody else had a colony come in and take over another one via the swarm?
A really big one?
I mean, it was a good.
It's 3 deeps full of bees and something moved in.
Yeah, no joke. So I didn't get into them to see what was happening. I was gonna let them settle good for the day, then check them tomorrow.
Larry Moore said if he gets any more swarms, he's gonna have to invent another month.
Don't tell nobody till you get it patent.
Yeah.
The barn hill was closed. Oh no, it's finally cranking up, but it's funny that like I try to watch, and I imagine everybody else does this too, but I try to keep up with what's happening with people fairly close to us within just say a couple 100 miles, especially on the YouTube end. Like for us, try to keep up with Mr. Ed, Joey, Randy, JP whenever he puts some stuff out, but JP ain't put much out in the last little while. But that was one of the first ones we kind of started watching was OJP. But try to see what's going on, like Mike Berry too, because we all, I guess, if you want to look at it by the numbers, we're pretty well about on the same parallel, if you will. So one would assume that your timing on everything is going to be really close together on stuff. But I have noticed, like, in the swampy areas, then, like, whenever we went and met Mr. Russell and Miss Sharon Koopman the other week down there, I'll just use the maple for instance. Up here, there wasn't even hardly any maple blooming of any kind. But when we got into Mobile and along Mobile Bay right there, and you look off in the wetlands, either side of the highway, I mean, all you seen was just red from all the maple bloom. And the further south you got, the more it picked up this and that. Finally, our maple trees are just now starting to bloom up here. So we'll just say Mobile in a 30-mile radius, we're about a week behind on what's going on, just 30 miles away. Now, I don't know if it's because down there you got so much more marsh and swamp land and rivers and this and that comes in down that way.
Well, he said if I didn't see my bees swarm, did they really swarm?
That's a good question. Until you open the box up and you look in there and you go,
What was the dude's name? Schrodinger's bees? The box thing.
What?
Until you open it, they could be there.
Oh.
Or they could not be there. You don't know.
well, good point too.
You gonna get up a minute?
Because I have been fooled sometimes thinking something's in there and they ain't doing nothing no more than robbing it out.
Larimore said their maples was done.
But yeah, well, I mean, think about that. They way on up there, well north of us.
Yeah.
And you kind of got this in between of what's happening in the swamp than the northern southern U.S. Folks below the Mason Dixon, put it like that, already having a run like Larimore. But everything else is getting it. I guess we could use a little bit of rain. Well, yeah. All right. Well, Larimore, he's on the swamp too, so maybe they kind of crank up a little bit more being in the wetlands. Where we're at, it's pretty, I guess, dry pine thickets and oaks and this and that. There ain't too much, I guess, wetland or swamp. You got plenty of creeks running through here, don't get me wrong, but it ain't something that holds all the time. I reckon so. Maybe to go crank it on up here too long. I know everybody's excited, this and that, especially ones of us that are getting swarms and kind of getting crunk up a little bit, but we ain't even reached a main flow of any kind yet. I'm gonna say that privet probably another maybe 3 weeks out before we start seeing anything on it. We fix to go into April. You got your spot there, Jasper. Tell everybody howdy. Good boy. Bee Haver, good to see you. Appreciate you dropping by. But that's where we at, yeah. It's turning on, but it's waiting. Miss Deb says hello, Jasper. He's watching her, thinking she's gonna come in with some snacks or something. No more snacks, y'all ruin that. Nah, get myself caught up here. Dewberries are getting it around here. I said not seeing nothing on the privet yet, but the dewberries getting it. The blueberries are going. All our peach trees are pretty well done bloomed out, and a lot of them have dropped uh, the flowers on them. But uh, we are starting to see more things open up. What is it? I'm probably gonna say the name wrong, but the Yancey graybeard, or however you say it. Them things are pretty, and for the folks out here that's got them, it probably in another couple of days, those things are gonna be wide open. But they're looking good in the dogwoods. This year is the first year in several that the dogwood have done any kind of blooming like they have. Uh, they were just absolutely full of blooms this year. But that was about week and a half ago. As you're driving down the highway, different places, it wasn't hard to pick them out because they were the only thing in the woods with any kind of white flowers on them. But they were just the dogwoods had a real good year this year. Now, I don't know if the bees work them or not, but as far as a sight to see, it's encouraging whenever we see our dogwood bloom. Ooh, 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 ooh. I hit the wrong button. Okay. What's the matter with you, Jasper? Yeah, just lay down. Yeah. Uh, Larry Moore says our dewberries are a little bigger than blackberries. No doubt, Lee. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like he wrote it. Who'd have thunk it? What you thinking, Jasper? But they blooming like crazy. Dewberry. Uh, we do have some of the bigger actual blackberries, but we bought some of them that was supposed to be the thornless some years back, and I'm not a real big fan of them. What? Them big old blackberries that we. They're good for cobbler. Yeah, you make a good cobbler with them because they're just there's a little too much tart, if you will. But you get on some good old wild dewberries, blackberries out there in the field. That's where you want to do your picking. Nope, we on the food now. We worked our way from the blackberries and dewberries to Lisa. Renee made a fine peach cobbler tonight. That does sound pretty good, don't it? Well, we will. If everything goes right out there, we're going to have, there ain't no telling how many peaches we're going to get off that tree this year. Well, or both of them over there. Mm-mm. Oh, Jasper looks like he's still a little concerned over the lame straw. Jasper's concerned over the Well, he's probably going to have some bad nightmares tonight. Seeing old Langstrop doing that to that Dr. Z. Need to go back and research that a little bit more, see if we can finally put this subject to rest between laying straw.
No, you can think about it again for 6 or 5 minutes.
I probably won't, be honest with you. Say Blaine never showed up. I ate his sticky buns. You should have put a Dr. Pepper out on the porch, Larimore. He'd have been there no time flat. Chicken and dumpling sounds all right too. He probably is, Danae. Oh, Blaine. Uh-oh. I tell you, we've been in between like the pines. Buddy, whenever them pines went to blooming, that doggone pollen worked on us. We was sneezing and carrying on. For I don't know what, about a week or two, really. But finally, that pine has eased off a little bit, but I guess we're starting to get fragile in our age a little bit. We can do that, Philip. I know the chant we can do. Rah, rah, roo, rah, rah, ree. Langstroth's a liar, yes, sirree. Hey, a good pot of chicken and dumplings makes a good meal. Cornbread or than yeast rolls that you make. I like your yeast rolls better than the dumplings. Thank you, Larry. Well, I appreciate the honesty.
You know he's a true friend.
Yep. I can trust that man right there. I'll have to get Blaine out there to it'll be either Blaine or Philip to do the chanting or whatever. Come up with a better one. Yeah. And we'll pull Langstroth statue down like they did Saddam Hussein. It'd just be just like that. What? I mean, that's part of American history. She tell me to hush my mouth. America. Oh, seeing Blaine's cheer outfit. What is that dog yipping about? And panic and yeah, you see me. Choo. I forget there's sensitive subjects nowadays. I'm not taking behavioral classes anything.
You would. Can you pick me up without talking to your friends all right?
We'll just make a new YouTube channel. We'll call it Rah Rah Roo. Or shake your palm, palm, shake your palm, palm. Oh, let's see. Everybody cooking now.
Now everybody's getting some food.
Well, learn more. A quick briefing of it. Undoubtedly, there was controversy back in the 1800s. There was accusations that Langstroth stole the man's idea or woman.
Probably a woman.
Some woman's idea, we'll say that. And he took and got a patent on stuff, made some money off of it. That's the word on the street. I'm just telling you what was wrote down in the paper back then.
Conspiracy theories were alive.
That's it. Yes. There was conspiracy theorists back then in the beekeeping world. Let me see. There more if you got something to jot your info on. If you look at the American Bee Journal, volume number 16, number 10 of October 1880, and it's on page 452. Obtaining cheap notoriety is the headline of it, and it explains the controversy in there by Mr. Langstroth.
Or
What?
Dr. Langstroth is a figure.
Hey, don't take my word for it. Research it yourself. Come up with your own conclusion. But from what I'm seeing is Langstroth may have pulled a slick one on somebody. The release date on the squirrel probably going to be probably next weekend. To be honest with you, I was thinking about her the other day after we got home from the hospital. The only thing I got to do is she has chewed the little piece that holds her door shut on her little birdhouse, if you will. So I got to put a couple staples or something in there to put her up in. But yep, within the next week or so, she's gonna go to the free world. I think we done with crazy cold weather. Now we'll probably get some more cool snap between here and Easter, but I think she'll be all right now. Lee, we're gonna try to get the record straight. I'll bring the facts before the courts, and we'll let the jury decide, and y'all are the jury.
Unofficially fact check.
Unofficially fact check facts. That's what she said. That's why I say, hey, don't take my word for it. Go back and do your research. See what they say. But apparently, Joey kind of solidified that a little bit with Dr. Z. Talking about she figured out bee space before Langstroth, then on the modern day computer through the AI review. AI claimed Langstroth invented the bee space. So I guess like the old saying goes, whoever wins the war writes the history. Okay, let me say that. Now you have to say, I'm saying this officially, for entertainment purposes only, do your own research. Disclaimer and all that stuff. Well, I hope I didn't bring any hard feelings on or bring any second guessing, but we're going to have to figure out the truth of the matter now. Because I can see that some of y'all are pretty upset about it. And it's got me worked up too. And AI could be a moron as well. So we got to figure out where the truth is in this. I appreciate you putting that in there for me, Danae, so I don't get in any kind of conflict with the platform we're on here. Don't need no trouble. I don't know, Larry Moore. I guess he did all his driving yesterday. Mr. Mike Tangway, don't you worry. We're gonna continue this conversation probably next Sunday. And if anybody brings it up in their chats that Langstroth is the man, y'all may have to step in and say, whoa, 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 hold on. Undoubtedly, he wasn't the feller that he seems to portray. Well, Philip, I'll talk to them tomorrow. I'll say, look, tell me what y'all think. Uncle Tim's got a history lesson for you. I'm going to tell you my version of it. Tell me what y'all think. Well, all right, Lee. Enjoy it, brother. Be a good day to be out on the river or creek, wherever you headed to. Okay, yeah, that'd be nice. In a couple of weeks, we're showing up to be able to do that. One of our customers, gentleman, he had bought him a really nice kayak, and his plans was to retire and naturally go do a bunch of kayaking. Well, long story short on that, he got bit by one of the Texas Star ticks and ended up getting Anna can tell me the official name once she gets back in here, but more or less, I guess, kind of like Lyme disease, but there was another name for it. And he can't, I mean, I think we talked about this before, but he's pretty much just confined to the inside of his home now because so much out there for his own allergic reaction because of that doggone tick. But when we was working for him,
Mast cell activation syndrome, MCA.
mast cell activation syndrome is what she said it was.
Philip said the word of Langstroth also gave the wrong word security.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him either.
Another thing to read.
Those Walmart cameras are. Philip, did you see the ones on the side doors I've been telling you about, the little fellas? They're about 1 inch square. Right on the side of them. Every door you come in and out of. But back to the fellow with the canoe. He wasn't ever able to take it out, and the thing still had the tags and all that on it. And he told us, he said, y'all just take it home with you. And tried to barter with him, this and that, on knocking off on the work. But he said, nah, he said, son, I ain't never going to be able to get out and enjoy this thing like I wanted to. But it's a bad mess he's dealing with, that's for sure. But it's a Lord willing, in a couple of weeks, the waters will be plenty warm enough to get out and do around here, which is warm enough now. But once we get our splitting done, this and that, then we'll take a weekend to go down to the creek water. Do it. I mean, they're teeny little things now. They're about chest high. Whenever you seen them, they blend in with the doors real good, but they're on each side of them doors. And I think that's what I doubt Hannah's looking at the chat right now. So next time we go into Walmart, besides pointing up at them, it's a security camera. I'll do that too. Go over there and give them a little boop.
Why do you think I'm not looking at this thing?
We're moving to a different subject now, y'all.
Word yourself.
'Cause she just walked in. So I'm gonna take you kayaking and canoeing. Let's,
Oh, my breath.
well, I'll tie a rope to your boat and I'll pull you up and down that river.
Yeah. Tell Philip he just better be ready to get tackled by the burly security guard if he puts his finger on the camera.
They might come after you, Philip. That's right. Just run as fast as you can.
Put a sticky note on the front.
Yeah, there you go.
You sure enough get tackled by security.
Just aggravate the snot out of them. That's why she don't even say nothing anymore, thank goodness. I can hear her take a deep breath every time, but she just continues on now instead of, why you gotta do that?
And
It's worked in our benefit. They no longer, every Walmart we've been in now, I guess we're on their whole system, I guess now. So they don't even ask us for receipts anymore. The security guys, I hadn't seen anybody really follow me around in a good little while. What say, Brian and Jen? Good to see y'all, man.
You didn't tell Jasper.
They said, hey, Jasper.
Yeah, that's Brian how his broken foot is.
He broke his foot.
He said that his cat last night.
How'd you-
broke his foot
I must have dozed on off after that or during that one before. So what happened to your foot? He didn't fall over and bump his noggin again, did he?
I fell asleep before I saw the whole thing. Sorry, Joey, we crashed out earlier last night. Don't know if he heard me or not.
He probably dozed off again. He did hit us up last Sunday in the comments. He told us, he said, I'm sorry, y'all, but I was tired and I dozed off. And he come on back and I guess watched however much. No. Hey, we get it. And I know we ain't the most exciting bunch there is out there on these beekeeping chit chats. So
He is still here.
if you can rest good during our chat,
We've accomplished.
we've accomplished it. That didn't say anything. I don't see anything on camera.
Oh, it's present.
Oh. Sorry, y'all. We got distracted. Sound like an accident outside. But I don't know. I'll be able to tell by the traffic and the cameras here in the next couple of cars or two whether we need to step out and see. let's see, Larry Moore said I had checked out. No, they, everybody's still moving along pretty good. Uh, Larry Moore said I had checked out at the Walmart on Christmas. Went to go through the doors, and that confounded alarm said, "Please step back." The greeter ran over there and said, "I need to see your stuff." Uh, I said, they don't ask us no more. I just tell them, say, "Hey, look, it's all on the receipt. I paid for it." So out the door we go. Let's see, Brian said he stubbed that thing like I do 1,000 times. Uh-oh. Well, hey, there you go. That's the way we handle that. But Bubba, I know everything paid for. It ain't my fault y'all don't want people up here at the cashier checking things out. I'm not a thief, but I can guarantee you everything that I got on me is paid for, and y'all ain't fitting to hold me up. Huh? All right, just call this phone. They pretty well shut all up, like the one in the community closest to us, they pretty well shut all the self checkouts out now. You you actually go to somebody and they check it out. Or, like it used to be. I guess they was figuring that things ain't gonna work as good as they thought they was gonna be, and people be as honest as you assumed. Now, granted, the majority of folks is gonna be honest in that, but uh, you can go on account for a large population of folks that ain't gonna be truthful. Try to skim something. Well, I mean, that's it, y'all. Give the people the jobs. The automated system ain't working. Oh, I bet old Sam Walton rolling over in his grave a couple times with watching stuff. 'Cause like I say, his policy, no one waited in a long line. You go to one nowadays, and it's like y'all got 3 registers open for you know 500 people up in the store, kind of thing. Imagine he'd have a fit over a lot of things nowadays, where they running some of that mess. Barnhill says our local store rarely has somebody at checkout. That's it. Used to be made in America. Now it's only shipped or, as you see on a lot of stuff, assembled in the U.S. instead of being made in the U.S. But they'll put it on there proudly as if it was built here. But you read the fine print and it's got assembled in the U.S. Well, yeah, I reckon we're gonna cut it here. We'll we had a good chat. We're gonna figure out the controversy between Lane Stroth and as I'm going to call her, Dr. Z. See what's up on that. Perhaps I'll have some better details so the jury can make up their mind on what's what with old Langstroth there. But y'all, we appreciate you. All jokes aside, we thank everybody for supporting us in the chat. Members, ones of you catching us on the rerun, thank y'all so very much for all the support all the way around, y'all. And the biggest thing is thank y'all for the prayers, and please continue to pray for everybody that's on the list. There are a bunch of folks in need right now, that's for sure. But till then, God bless you. Lord willing, we'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care.
Well, guess that's it for today. See you next time at Gunline Bees.